Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. We're live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and on Rumble. And one of these days, Jeremy's will forget to have his mic muted, and you'll hear all the weird stuff he says in the build-up to the show. Jeremy Chug's back again behind the scenes for the one of the final shows before the NFL Draft, just around the corner. We got a super chat. We'll get to that. Hit the questions for you guys throughout today's show as well. $5 from JT. I've seen all over Twitter that Dolphins fans want to trade Terrence Steele for Cedrick Wilson. Not in a million years. Horrible trade in my opinion. Yes, it's a trash idea. Imagine trading a starting right tackle for a number 4 wide receiver. Even the Cowboys
couldn't be me.
So couldn't even Jeremy thinks that's a bad trade. So yeah, that's just Dolphins fans actually, being fans trying
for the
to
Cowboys.
Get their things in there.
That actually might be a decent trade.
It's not.
It actually might be not that bad.
You're doing the troll thing again.
Once you take a look at it, is it that bad?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's bad. Also, somehow Cedrick Wilson costs more than Terrence Steele. Let that sink in for a second. So we will talk though about Cedrick Wilson later on in today's show. In the meantime, where are you guys watching from? Bit of a nationwide show. It's not as regionalized as some of the other chat sports channels here. So shout out your area code in the comment section. First one I see is 814 from Cool Sharky. Jeremy, where is it?
Oh, I'm
throwing you under the bus now.
814.
Yeah.
Ooh. Raleigh, North Carolina.
Pennsylvania. All right, 202.
202, Arizona.
District of Columbia. 956.
That's Maine.
That's not. That is actually Laredo, Texas, or however you pronounce it. 698.
698. That's in Texas.
That is it's general purpose area code. So that one doesn't seem very fair. Yeah.
You have a cop.
236.
236. Oh, that's Topeka.
No, British Columbia.
Oh.
That one's a tough one. That was a tough one. 408.
408.
Yeah.
That's Florida.
San Jose. Quite literally the opposite end of the United States. Oh, it's funny. All right, 828.
828. I'm guessing Texas.
North Carolina.
Okay.
Then that one was in the comments too, so I was curious if you were paying attention there.
I'm not.
All right, 325.
325. Idaho?
It is Abilene.
Oh, close.
All right, 911.
911? The police?
It is indeed. Shout out JB King for putting 911 area code in there. Keep the comments coming.
414?
Isn't that the info? Or is it that's 411?
I think it's Milwaukee.
All right. 414 area code says it is Milwaukee. Nice job.
Nice.
Why do you have the Milwaukee area code on standby? That's like kind of weird, I think.
Just in case.
Just in case you have to make a call to Aaron Rodgers.
What about, okay, put in.
Or Ryan Braun.
Huh?
Or Ryan Braun, you calling him up?
What about 336?
I don't know.
I think that's North Carolina.
Wait, didn't I just ask about 336 like 30 seconds ago?
No.
No, either way, it is North Carolina.
Knew it.
It's also Terrell Bigelow, says 336 Burlington, North Carolina. So
wow.
Kind of fun timing there on that front. So keep the area codes coming, and we'll have you guys answer the pin poll today. Do you want Cedrick Wilson back on the Cowboys? We're
Not
doing the
for that
whole
price.
The price is a significant factor.
The price is wrong.
The price is wrong at $7 million this year. Now, if the Dolphins want to eat a bunch of that money, sure.
Here's hate it.
You eat $5 million. Here's our 6th round pick. Who says no? Probably Miami, but
yeah.
They signed him and we're like, we needed speed. We got speed, and like, oh, we just got Tyreek Hill. Now we don't know what to do with Cedrick Wilson.
Yeah.
Who also got outsnapped by Trent Sherfield.
Not good. Not good, Jim.
Maybe your best evidence of quarterback, for Dak at least, quarterback elevated the player.
Yeah.
Because he did nothing in Miami. Just absolutely nothing. So if they cut him, I got interest. We'll also talk about another player who might get cut in, DeAndre Hopkins, which I don't know about that one there. All right, draft season is here, spelled SZN, by the way. How many mock drafts have you guys done so far this offseason?
Tom's done like
So
5?
I haven't done that many. Like if we include I don't nearly do the Sims as much as I used to, mostly because it's kind of just the PFF one's good right now. The PFN one is a mess. It's not.
I don't know about that one, Tom.
Those are my guys. It's not in good shape. It's not in good shape. It's been rough. So I've done quite a few, but most of the mock drafts I do, I will publish in some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't do them for fun as nearly as much as I used to. I see 50, none, 0, 0, 0, none, which is pretty interesting on that number there. 5 from Donnell Graves. I think we've done 4 here on the channel, the Cowboys channel, plus a bunch of main ones. Mm-hmm. 55, none, 69. There it is. A lot more zeros than I thought. A lot more zeros. 15, 4, 500, over 100 from Brandon J.
I've done at least 30 or 40, at least.
For the Texans or the Eagles or the Cowboys? Which teams have you been doing it for?
No comment.
No comment? Okay. From Zeno saying, for Jeremy, what's the most painful loss to Dallas?
It's got to be that 2008 season, December 2008. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
You got to look it up.
Feel like this is bait, and that's why I don't trust you right now.
That December game in 2008.
This is definitely bait, isn't it? This is definitely going to be a Eagles beat the Cowboys game, isn't it? 100% chance. 100% chance.
No.
100% chance it is.
No.
That's what happened. That was 44-6. Eagles win. That's what I thought it was going to be. So serious answer: most painful loss. Because I actually wouldn't even go that one for the Cowboys.
Really?
I would go more recently when 2018, 17, whatever year it was, where they went 9-7 and Dak's shoulder was not right, and then they won a meaningless game the next week. But that game, it was week 16.
Most painful loss. I'd have to say 2019. I think it was the second game of that season in 2019. So whenever we still had Carson Wentz as the starter, and the Cowboys just blew the doors off the Eagles in that game.
37-10, 2019.
Yeah.
There you go.
That one sucked because I went out with all my friends. I was living here in Dallas, and I was wearing an Eagles jersey, my Carson Wentz jersey. And yeah, I got a ton of shit that night for it.
Yeah.
It was bad.
That's not fun.
All right, guys.
That's actually the painful one for me was that same year because the Eagles came back and won in week 16.
Oh,
17-9.
Yeah.
And that one hurt me. That one hurt me.
The same week Michael Thomas broke the catch record.
I think that's right. Slant Boy, call him by his correct name there.
All right. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know what's going on with this. The Angel Reese celebration.
LSU Iowa Women's National Championship game. I have no issues with it.
If you don't know, here's the photo. Basically, last 10 seconds of the game, Angel was following around Iowa star Caitlin Clark, basically telling her, "You can't see me, ring me, ring me." For about 10 seconds, she followed her around. You a fan? You like or you dislike this?
I don't care that much. It's fine to talk some trash in the national championship game. And you know what? It's good for the sport.
I thought it was a little bit too much.
Is it a little over the end? Okay, but Caitlin Clark did the exact same can't see me thing.
But that was during the game, and it was 2 seconds. It's not it's not you're following a player around the court.
We're gonna have differing scales of you could do it for this long. It's you can do 2 pumps, but you can't do 3 pumps for the flag. That's what we're saying. Taunting is taunting.
It's not all the same, Tom. You know it's not the same. That's like me.
We're really trying to tear it off very specifically.
That's like me tossing you a water bottle and being like, "Oh, well, I did the same thing to you, and you full-on baseball throw a water ball at my face." You're like, "Well, we both threw water bottles. Where do you draw the line?"
See, I don't think it's the same level as that.
I think it's.
I have no problems with it. Let them have fun. They are college kids. They can talk trash. It's okay.
And
it's the same reason why I'm fine with just taunting in the NFL. Let them do it. It's fine.
I didn't have a major problem with her doing that during the game. All that was cool. Once the game's over, I thought that was a little. Now, and I'm not going out and bashing her and being like, oh, she should be reprimanded.
Sure.
I'm just saying, I thought it was a little much for her not having a huge impact on the game either. Like, it's like Draymond coming over to the other team's bench after the Warriors win and going, suck it. Like,
Which is a Draymond
okay,
thing.
like, I guess.
All right. Like or dislike, let us know in the comments section. Some more super chats. Come and hit those here, then we'll get today's show started. We have, and I kind of want Jeremy just to read this one off, including the username as well, because I think it's pretty funny. So, Jeremy, take it away. From?
A tennis ball smacked my nuts.
Someone clip it.
Hey, Chugs, I heard you love South Park. If Kansas City have thrown in Timmy as their quarterback, the results would have been the same. Timmy! Boom, roasted.
Football plus Eagles equals poop.
Good one.
Gotta say, it's the first time I've seen that burn before. Brandon J, does Jeremy want Bijan at 10 like a lot of Philly fans?
Ooh. I do not, just because of the holes that are in the Eagles' defense. I would really like somebody in the secondary. My dream scenario for the Eagles would be, which I know this is like every team in the top 10 is like, oh, if we could trade back and get some extra second-round picks.
Yes.
But if it's available, I would like the Eagles to trade back and get Branch, the safety out of Alabama, in the first round. I really like him. And the Eagles obviously just lost Gardner Johnson. I think that would be a good replacement.
Yeah.
I'm
a big Brian Branch fan.
I'd like to see them trade back, get Brian Branch, and then maybe get another defensive player, an
Makes
edge.
sense.
I like McDonald out of Iowa State at the end of the first.
He and Reddick are pretty similar play styles at least.
Yeah.
They're undersized, lanky edges.
Yeah. So that would be my preference. I wouldn't mind if the second pick in the round, or if the Eagles jump the Cowboys with their first round pick and take Bijan right before them. I'd be cool with that.
I'm okay with that. I don't want to take a first round running back. So, Zeno Sand, reminder, love what you do, guys. No Jeremy slander.
Thank you, Zeno.
Some Jeremy slander is tolerated.
Nope, Zeno's got it. Zeno's my boy.
Within reason, Jeremy slander there. Chris B, thoughts on our top 30 visits so far? Actually, we take a receiver in the first round. I don't think they're going to go receiver round one. I know they brought in Hyatt and Flowers. I think Flowers could be round one for them. I don't know if Hyatt would be there. We will do a full video, by the way, on the 30 visits. But they're looking at more small receivers, which I find very interesting because that's not been their MO in a very long time outside of pure slots. Brandon J, there's a crazy amount of hype. Oh, we did this one already.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the same.
So
same
I
question.
guess if the Eagles stayed at 10, if they stayed at 10, I wouldn't mind Devin Witherspoon either if he falls to 10.
Another corner.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Or I know it's getting kind of greedy.
Just take Nolan Smith instead of Will McDonald.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know it's kind of greedy, but I would love the pick if he fell to them at 10. Peter Skoronski, play him at guard, and then bump him to right tackle once Lane Johnson's kind of.
But how many more years does Lane Johnson have for you?
I would say about 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
At a high quality player, maybe 1 or 2.
Skoronski would make a lot of sense if Kelsey was just going to retire. If he was going to retire, because then you could have just plugged Skoronski in at guard and moved Juergens.
Well, they already lost
center.
They already lost Sayamalu.
Yeah, but you have Juergens and Dickerson, who I think would play guard this year.
But then also the Eagles. So the reason why I think they're always usually, like the past couple of years, have been really good in their play style has been depth at the O-line.
Yeah.
You know, you had Andre
Dillard.
Dillard.
Best line in the NFL.
They had Andre Dillard, a backup who was a first-round talent.
Yeah.
Who just signed with Tennessee, but getting Skoronski, like even if he doesn't play immediately, having him as an option, because you know Lane Johnson's not going to make it 17 games.
Yeah.
I would love that pick.
All right, one more super chat, then we'll start today's show from Chris B. Says, better get DeAndre Hopkins if released. Doubt he does, though. Chris, we are about to talk about that on today's live show.
Say that, Chris.
Stay tuned for 5 minutes maybe. In the meantime, like the video if you haven't already done so.
We're 7 picks away, or 7 likes away from 69.
You got draft on the mind there saying picks. That's what you did right there. So like the video if you like what we're doing. It helps show it to more people on YouTube so we can keep growing, keep expanding, and to be the most subscribed, most watched Cowboys
Tom
YouTube channel.
loves to grow and expand.
Bonk. Here's what's coming up on today's show. The latest Cowboys rumors, plus some news on draft visits. A Cowboys mock draft, 7 rounds with trades, as promised. A live Cowboys mailbag using hashtag Cowboys or Super Chat like Zeno Sayin just did. We'll get to his Super Chat here after the rumors portion of today's show. Same with you, Jimmy Productions. I see your supers. We'll hit those. We'll also run through the latest Cowboys team needs, updated before this year's NFL draft. So that's all coming up on today's live show. Let's have a good time, and feel free to continue to troll Jeremy for me in the comment section. Live show getting started right now. Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. We have all the latest Cowboys rumors and news on today's show. And we're going to begin with a familiar face. That is wide receiver Cedrick Wilson. Report out of Miami says the Dolphins are open to trading Cedrick Wilson. To which I say, yeah, of course they are. That shouldn't surprise anyone. He's on a 3-year, $22+ million deal last offseason and then barely got on the football field for the Dolphins. He was not just behind Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. He was out-snapped by Trent Sherfield. If you're going, wait, who? Exactly. Wilson was a really good wide receiver for Dallas, and I am down to have him back in that role at the right cost. And the cost is a significant problem as it relates to said Wilson's potential reunion in Dallas. Wilson is due $7 million this year. 7.3 in 2024. And by the way, he's got $5 million guaranteed this year. The Dolphins would only save about $1 million in the event they chose to cut him. Maybe $2 million if you structure it properly with a post-June 1. Well, actually, more post-June, but you're still eating the dead money next year, excuse me. I'm not paying Cedrick Wilson $7 million bucks. I have no interest in that. He's not worth $7 million. A guy that's had one highly productive season, that was 2021. Highly is maybe a bit of an emphasis point there because he had 602 yards. He played very well that season. He didn't do anything for Miami in 2022 and has barely 200+ yards in 2020, 2019. We know what he can be. He can be a really good number 4, subbing for you when guys are hurt. He's better than Jalen Tolbert. He's way more proven than Devontae Turpin and Fehoko are. I feel fine if Cedrick Wilson is my wide receiver 4, but you've committed to Lamb, Cooks, and Gallup as your big 3. I see no reason to invest $7 million in Cedrick Wilson. That's recklessly poor investments at wide receiver 4. You're not doing that. So I'm not trading for Wilson at his current contract. Now, if the Dolphins want to eat some of that money, if they want to take that $7 million he's owed, bring it down to like 2, I would happily move a day 3 pick at that point. That is much more affordable and feasible than the Dolphins saying, well, we want someone to take $7 million off our hands for 200 yards even. That's no team's going to want to do that, and I don't do that either. So if Miami eats some money and or he gets cut, then yes, I would be down to bring Cedrick Wilson back to the Dallas Cowboys. I also don't know how likely of an outcome that ends up being. So that's the pinned comment on today's show. Do you want to bring Cedrick Wilson back to the Cowboys? Y for yes, N for no. If the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and go vote. New day, new DeAndre Hopkins rumor. The report from Albert Breer is that the other NFL teams might end up cutting DeAndre Hopkins. Now, Arizona reportedly wanted a second-round pick, and no one appears to have shown anything resembling close interest at the cost. I think a big factor in that is the potential salary implications and the trade stuff that we will get into here. But this is exactly what Albert Breer said on Greg Bedard's show, his podcast, the quote of it. Some teams think the Cardinals are going to cut him. They think the Cardinals will wind up cutting him. His market is not great right now. There's nobody who's willing to take on Hopkins' contract and pay the Cardinals' initial asking price. That would be the second-round pick and $20+ million this year. So we will come back to DeAndre Hopkins, but are you tired of struggling with bad habits? Cold turkey might be great for sandwiches, but there's a better way to break free from those pesky habits, and it doesn't involve weird mind voodoo or any bizarre tactics. Our sponsor, Fume, an innovative award-nominated device that helps you kick the bad habits to the curb by focusing on the good parts. Fume is all about embracing the natural. It's not electronic, and instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Best of all, it's free of harmful chemicals and packed with delicious, all-natural flavors. The adjustable airflow dial, movable parts, and magnets make it perfect for fidgeting, which can help alleviate stress and anxiety while you break your habit. I wasn't sure what to expect at first, but I was pleasantly surprised by the taste, feel, and look of Fume. Breaking a bad habit can be tough, but with Fume, it's easy, enjoyable, and even fun. With over 100,000 customers and countless success stories, there's no reason why you can't be next. Start your journey towards a healthier lifestyle with the Journey Pack from Fume. Visit tryfume.com/chatsports and use code chatsports for 10% off when you purchase the Journey Pack today. That's tryfum.com/chatsports. And don't forget to use code chatsports for 10% off your order. Links in the comment section and in the description of today's video. The sheer lack of DeAndre Hopkins is really curious to me. The second-round pick trade value in a bubble actually makes some sense. I think there's two big things teams are concerned about. Number one, the production has declined a little bit. Now, injuries, missed time, a significant factor in that whole conversation. Hopkins, the last 16 is actually still pretty good, but he's approaching the wrong side of 30, and I think the money is an issue. I know there was a report that Hopkins was adjustable on his contract. The lack of interest makes me wonder how, if that was what I thought of, Hopkins would be a top 3 paid receiver. He wants to be a top 10 paid receiver. He's due a lot of money, $21.7 million this year, $17.2 next year. That is a significant amount of money from that standpoint. So if Hopkins gets cut, it's a different conversation. That, I think, might intrigue the Cowboys a little bit more. I still think somebody else ends up making a move for him. So be honest with me. What is the percent chance the Dallas Cowboys bring in DeAndre Hopkins? Sound off with that percentage for me in the comment section of today's video. Some draft conversation now as Zay Flowers is in the Cowboys today, and this is a archetypal change, threshold change for this Dallas Cowboys team. Flowers is undersized. He is not a very big football player. We're talking 5'9 1/4, 182, 29 1/4 inch arms. That is far below the Cowboys' more typical thresholds, even though he did play outside plenty at Boston College. Only about a third of his snaps were in the slot there. He's one of several visits being reported so far. We'll break some more of those down here in a little bit, but the size is not big. In general, it is a small wide receiver class. These guys are not that big. It's a bunch of guys who are 5'10 at most, in the 180s at the most. It's an outlier class from that perspective. But Zay Flowers was very productive at Boston College, despite, probably not the best production in his time there. Two other visits I do want to make note of. Jalen Hyatt, who is bigger. He was not as big as people thought. He is bigger. He's 6 foot. Size matters. This year's class, it's not a very big class. That's how it goes. He was listed like 6'2". He's actually 6 foot, 176. But he's fast as hell. He kind of was in a unique offense, Tennessee, where they just we're going to stack you, get your free release, go outrun everybody. And it worked. It worked every time they did it. He was the Blitnikoff Award winner this year. And Trenton Simpson, who was also somewhat of an undersized player, but he's kind of more of that new age off-ball linebacker who can cover weak side linebacker style there. 6'2" and change, 235. Smaller guys on that list there. Now, we will have an entire Cowboys draft visit tracker for you guys at some point this week. More names still to come out soon. If you want that and all the latest Cowboys news, rumors, and more, then make sure you are subscribed. One free agency rumor here before we go. That is Dalton Risner. Bleacher Report named the Cowboys the best landing spot for Risner, which I guess they watched our ideal free agency video because we had Risner on that list. I am surprised how little of a market Risner's had so far. And we're kind of at the point where you've got less than a month before the NFL draft. He might be best served waiting until after, seeing what teams don't get a starting caliber left guard. Then he can go sign there, maybe a one-year deal, start, hit free agency again next year. Risner did struggle a bit last year. He wasn't as good as he'd been in the past. I was chalking that up to, hey, the Broncos' offense was a dumpster fire. I can't blame them too much there. There was some bad coaching, despite how people might spin it, the friends of Nathaniel Hackett and media. But he was not great. The offense was a mess. I would, if for example, you can't get a guard in round 1, 2, 3, whatever, I got no issues adding Risner. Because then you can, this is your best 5 right now. There's the buzz of the Cowboys view Tyler Smith at just left tackle. In that case, left guard's a pretty big need for you. If you're not going to play Tyron at left tackle, Tyler at left guard, you plug Risner in there, and I think we all feel a lot better about that Cowboys offensive line. So name a free agent you guys want to sign. Could be a Risner, could be somebody else altogether. Go ahead and sound off for me in the comment section right now. I'll give some shout-outs here and some super chats as well. Zeno Sayan has another one for Jeremy. Jeremy, take it away.
Jeremy, which one of your star players would you trade to the Cowboys for their star player? See if you two can make an agreement. No Jeremy hate people. Thank you, Zeno. A star player for star player. Ooh.
So it's got to be like areas you have depth.
Okay.
All right, so, okay. James Bradberry. Boss man fat. Who says no?
The Eagles.
Who says no?
The Eagles say no.
This is a good question.
How about this?
I'm listening.
How about Quez Watkins for Donovan Wilson?
I don't like that deal. It might have been different if you I know you don't like Quez that much.
I don't dislike Quez. There's no Quez slander over
Quez
here.
is receiver 4 on this team right now.
That's what y'all need.
I'm not trading safety 2 for receiver 4.
All right, how about this? We get. I'm thinking.
I know. I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to think how to get.
I'm thinking. Okay, how about this?
I'm listening.
The Eagles get Deron Bland.
Okay.
Cowboys get Boston Scott.
How about Deron Bland for Jordan Davis?
Ooh.
I think that might be as close as we're able to get.
Yeah.
Because then Dallas just drafts a corner in the first round, and Philly takes a new defensive tackle in the first round.
Jalen Carter.
I think that is as close as we're going to be able to get. So we'll call it there. Two Productions, how would Tank Dell or Josh Downs fit with us? I'm not sure what the Cowboys are doing at receiver. In the sense that I think they view Josh Downs as slot only, and I think you would have to view Tank Dell as slot only.
Yeah.
He's 5'8", 165.
Size does matter.
So I don't know if he could really play on the outside. So I think if you're going to let Lamp be an outside receiver a lot more, he's been predominantly slot, then that could start to make some more sense. So I think both those guys are going to be viewed as slots. I have got Josh Downs as Tyler Lockett if he only played D slot.
Yeah.
So. No. What's up, Marshall?
We're officially declaring a sub-battle between Giants Now and the Cowboys Report.
Oh, well, thanks for telling me.
We haven't started yet.
Well, I'm live.
Well,
You're starting challenges without telling me.
I wanted to give you another chance since we beat you in subs last week.
Why are you burping me?
Feel better, baby.
You're my baby.
All right, there's that Jimmy Productions. Horn
I know you
Family.
called me Mini Marsh the other day.
Does Parsons beat out DeMarcus Ware in sacks?
Parsons right now 26.5.
He's on a better pace. He's on a better pace, but
Is that start in his name?
Yeah.
I thought it was like he was like a star of the show.
we're talking
Maybe.
138 career sacks.
Versus
So Rolly's gonna put
26.
You and Gary's producer in the slap.
The
Wait, what?
The start is better.
Oh, super chat. You came
But-
in and said sub battle.
Yeah, well, we're doing super chat battle now. We're just changing things on the fly halfway through the show. What is this?
Super chat. Keep you on your toes. Tom.
All right, apparently we're in a super chat battle with our Giants channel.
We're in a super chat battle, but
Hit
good
it,
thing
Jeremy.
We just got a $50 super chat from Tori Montgomery.
I think we have shots for this. Beer bong? Beer bong?
I mean,
I'll do a beer bong.
I can go
Since
grab
you're
it
sick.
for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I'll do a beer bong for that one there. Apparently we're in a super chat battle.
Sign
No
Uncle
one
Rico.
told me. I do it. Thank you, Tommy Buster, Uncle Rico. I can throw the ball over them there.
Yeah, I'll
Mountains.
go
Big
grab
deal.
it. This is a good one for me to leave you on so you can answer.
Perfect.
this.
Let's see what we got here. Why is it being so weird? Fuck. Horn family, how deep is this draft for guards and DT? I'm not saying so deep like that, Jeremy. I don't love it for either. I think your guards, it's going to get thin-ish quickly. There are some guys I like later rounds, and even like outside of round one, beyond like your Steve Avila's, your Osiris Torrances from TCU, Florida, Antonio Mafia, I like a decent amount. Chandler Zavala, if the back is okay. Like, everyone's got a big concern. Like, if Zavala's good. I've never done that before. I'm fine with either. I've not done the Murbanga before. Okay. Well, I'll follow that. We'll try it out. DT is okay. Guard, I'm worried it's going to get thin real quick. In general, you don't find a lot of classes with good guards, so that's understandable. Like, it would be better if, Andrew Voorhees were healthy, and I don't love Joe. Maybe Cody Mout can be a piece for you. It's single digits, I think, at guards I trust. There are some good run-stopping DTs this year, but if you want the disruptive 3 technique, it's very thin. So, run-stopping, good. Pass protection or pass rushing, not so much. And there's some gambles there. Okay, I've never done this before.
Okay.
It's called a Murbanga. I don't know what it is. It looks like it's like.
I've never done this before.
See how it is. Okay, so I just tilt it back all the way, right? So it spills. For the 50 piece. It's like a different style beer bong. It looks weird. Okay, so it's Murbanga as in mermaid bong. Got it. Excuse me. Very rude. All right, so apparently it's a super chat battle with our Giants channel. We weren't told until halfway through the show. Allegedly, but I don't know. It was just there was no communication behind the scenes in advance. So, a Horn family has a super chat as well. If we hit that one real quick, they didn't even tell us. He just didn't do anything. It was some blitzkrieg BS. Horn family, I'm the only one that doesn't trust Tyler Biadasz at center. I think he's fine. I think he for me, he's in the category of rookie contract. I got no complaints. Do you want to pay him $10 million a year? That might be the cost of the center, or at least $6 million a year. I'm not so sure on that front. So we'll have to wait and see. I think it is. I'd say we can come back to it after the cut, after the next segment. So, thank you all who super chatted. It's apparently a Cowboys versus Giants battle here, which is ridiculous. We were halfway through the show when we were told of it. Fraudulent behavior. That's what it is. They have rigged the election. Stop the count. We win.
You would expect this from Eagles fans.
Not from a Giants fan.
From a Giants fan?
Yeah.
This is just low class. This is Angel Reese behavior by Marshall.
This is worse than Angel Reese behavior. Let's be clear on that. This is a low class move by Marshall. Everyone type in F Marshy in the comment section. I think that's the only possible reaction there. So, cheers to everyone who super chatted. More supers come in. We'll come up with some games later on at the end of the show, since we are apparently don't be weird, but yeah, we'll do that here in a little bit. But first, it's mock draft time here at the Cowboys Report. Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. As promised, a Cowboys 7-round mock draft with trades. Cooked up some moves using the PFF sim. Everything checked out on that end, so don't say it's not unrestricted. I have the the tools I have, I used them properly. Now, if you want to do on a live show before the NFL draft, our famous fan-led mock draft, then share this video so I can convince my bosses to allocate the time to make it happen. Fan-led mock draft, you guys make the pick. We'll have some fun games along with it there. So share the video if you want a fan-led mock draft. As we get to round one, some players off the board, the previous 5 picks. Deonte Banks goes to the Giants. Dalton Kincaid goes to Utah. Jordan Addison out of Utah from Kincaid goes to Jacksonville. Jordan Addison, Michael Mayer, Nolan Smith, all off the board. So really 5 guys you could have potentially taken there in round 1 are gone. The tight ends are pretty heavily picked over. Here's who's on the board. Emmanuel Forbes, Will McDonald, Steve Avila, Mozzie Smith, and Kalijah Cansey. This is, as far as I'm concerned, a perfect trade down opportunity. And for whatever reason, the Cowboys and Eagles have a good trade relationship. Philadelphia, frankly, overpays to jump up 4 spots. We get their 3rd round pick, number 96th overall. Dallas trades down 4 spots, acquires an extra 3rd, and the Eagles then take Kalijah Cansey, number 26. Zay Flowers goes number 27. Anton Harrison, and Osiris Torrance goes off the board. Now, I am higher on Osiris Torrance than I think most people are, including those at the Star. So this also reflects the dangers of moving down, though. I'm getting cute. I'm moving down 4 spots. If I had wanted Torrance, I'd have been in shambles because I would have moved down 4 spots and lost the guy I wanted. Now, we're going to get to the pick I made at number 30, but first, take your best guess and tell me who you think the Cowboys take in the first round. Not who you want. Who do you think ends up being the pick in the first round of this year's NFL draft for the Dallas Cowboys? Sound off at the pinned comment of today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let us know. I'll go with the guard I think Dallas is higher on, and that's Steve Avila. Now, I'm not that far behind Osiris Torrance for him, so it's fine there. And if you want to fill your biggest need and you want to do the safe thing, it's pick the offensive lineman. Cowboys in round 1 don't normally get this pick wrong. They're pretty darn good when it comes to taking offensive linemen. Athletic comparison for me is Quinton Spain, who had a nice career early on. I think he's a little bit better mover with his feet there. Should start right away. He's got that kind of guard build where he's kind of thick and wide, has a good base. Has played some center, by the way, as well, which is an advantage over Osiris Torrance. Torrance is a right guard. Got to make a change to play left side. Avila's played center and left guard. Does have tiny hands. A fairly average athlete. I think the footwork has room to grow, but he is working with Duke Manyweather. So in terms of the fallback options in round 1, trading down, getting Steve Avila, I'd be on board with that one. Round 2, I'm moving back up. The Steelers, I send them number 58 overall and a 4th round pick, number 129, in exchange for the 49th overall pick. So I take some of the assets I got for moving down, and I move back up, and I get Darnell Washington, the tight end out of Georgia, who I am a very big fan of. I've been on him since, phrasing I guess, but been on his games since October, earlier on this year. This is a truly rare and massive human being. This is not someone who's like, he's 6'4" and he can move a little bit. Nah, Darnell Washington, folks, is 6'7", 264 with 34 and almost a half-inch arms. We talk about some tight ends being like, he's just a big receiver. Darnell Washington is a skinny tackle. Like that is the size and the frame that he carries. And you can look at the photos of him, right? He does not look 264. And then he played in the 270s, by the way. And like he carries the weight incredibly well. Fantastic athletic testing. My player comp is Andre the Giant, Bam Adebayo. He's built like him a little bit, the power forward, and what Rico Gathers was supposed to be. Like that type of athlete size player we're talking about here. He's a fantastic blocker. He's 264 and he looks 250. Unbelievable size there. Heck, if the board falls the wrong way, I could take him in round 1 and I wouldn't be mad at it. But with the way I think the draft might fall, getting into the 50s, 2 picks in the 50s, I think will lead to better results than standing pat at 58. But crazy stuff happens. So do you like to trade down and then trade up move? Y for yes, N for no in the comments section. Go ahead and sound off for me right now. Round 3, pick number 90. We've got Dorian Williams, the linebacker out of Tulane. If we're not sold on Damone Clark, Jabril Cox, adding a linebacker does make some sense. A little bit undersized, 6'1", 228, but he's really good in coverage. Plenty of plays on the football, 9 TFLs, 5 sacks, a couple interceptions as well. I have a 3rd round grade on him. How about this? You're playing best team's going to play all year, USC in the Cotton Bowl. About 17 tackles. Really great special teams value as well. So I don't love the 3rd round options, but I do like Dorian Williams there for the Cowboys. Today's show is sponsored by Fume. Are you tired of struggling with bad habits? You know, cold turkey might be great for sandwiches, but there's a better way to break free from the pesky bad habits, and it doesn't involve any weird mind voodoo or bizarre tactics. Our sponsor, Fume, is the perfect solution here. It's an innovative, award-nominated device that helps you kick the bad habits to the curb by focusing on the good parts. Fume is all about embracing the natural. It's not electronic, and instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Best of all, it's free of harmful chemicals and packed with delicious, all-natural flavors. The adjustable airflow dial and movable parts and magnets make it perfect for fidgeting, which can help alleviate stress and anxiety while you break your habit. I wasn't sure what to expect at first, but I was pleasantly surprised by the taste, feel, and look of Fume. Breaking a bad habit can be tough, but with Fume, it's easy, enjoyable, and even fun. With over 100,000 customers and countless success stories, there's no reason you can't be next. Start your journey towards a healthier lifestyle with a journey pack from Fume. Visit tryfume.com/chatsports and use code chatsports for 10% off when you get the journey pack today. That's tryfum.com/chatsports and use code chatsports for 10% off your order. Link is in the comment section and in the description of today's show. Back to the mock draft. We're going to have an extra 3rd round pick now because I was wheeling and dealing. No 4th round, but I moved up, so it's fine. Corian Bennett. Now, he's not the tallest guy. He's only just under 5'11", but nearly 32-inch arms, so we'll check off that box for Dan Quinn. Sam Shields athletic comparison, so Mike McCarthy might be on board with that one there. The other quote-unquote Maryland corner, tested great, had a very productive year as well. Their starting corner upside, and remember, Stephon Gilmore is a 1-year rental. He's not going to be here for long term. And your other corners, Kelvin Joseph, Sean Wright, he's not that great. I think Bennett could use a year of development. What better guy to learn behind than Stephon Gilmore? And he offers some inside-outside flex with the size, but mostly an outside corner. He and Deron Bland can be long-term young pieces for you along with Trevon Diggs. So Bennett at just inside the top 100, big fan of that pick. If you want even more Cowboys draft videos, come to the right spot. Hit that sub button for free. Cowboys videos every single day right here on the Cowboys Report. No 4th since I traded it. 5th round, number 169. How about a fatty? How about Gerard Clark out of Coastal Carolina? It's okay to say fatty in this case because it's not pejorative. It's a good thing. You want to have the big guy up front. Hankins is on a 1-year deal. Neville Gallimore, Quinton Bohanna have been fairly, I'll use the phrase, whelming so far in their careers. 10 TFLs, 3.5 sacks. I don't think he's going to bring a real pass rush like 3.5 at Coastal Carolina. You know, much different level of competition. But adding another interior run stopper, I think should be a priority. Plus, we're in round 5. You know, you're not going to find an impact 3 technique, most likely. Now, I was surprised that Eric Gray fell to me in round 6, but the backs have kind of slid down, so I waited, and I got a guy that can instantly be an RB2 for me, though he's not a great pass protector. Eric Gray had, at long last, the breakout year that I thought he was going to have last year for Oklahoma. He had it this year. 6.4 yards per carry, well over 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. Third down production as a pass catcher is there. I think the burst is there. The fluidity is there. I think he's a good, not a great athlete there. Hasn't produced the most explosive run after catch numbers, but I have a 3rd or 4th round grade on him. So to get him in the 6th round is unreal value. There's your RB2 behind Tony Pollard. You can even keep a Ronald Jones from that on this roster in the end. Now, I think Gray could fall in the day 3 sleeper category, even though I like him a lot. Who do you have your eyes on outside of the first couple rounds as a potential Cowboys draft target? Drop that player name for me in the comment section right now. Wrapping things up, round 7, Clayton Tune, the quarterback out of Houston. He's a backup quarterback, and that he does fit the Cowboys mold. Good production, by the way, at Houston. 4,000-plus yards, 4 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. The physical traits, the arm strength, some of the mobility, some of the upside, I don't think appears that high level. I don't think he's going to be a premier caliber player, but you're taking a quarterback in round 7. You're hoping for a backup at that point. So this is the Cowboys mock draft with trades. Steve Avila, guard from TCU. Darnell Washington, tight end from Georgia. I love that haul in the top 50. Dorian Williams, linebacker from Tulane. Jacorian Bennett, corner from Maryland. Gerard Clark, DT from Coastal Carolina. Oklahoma back Eric Gray. And Houston quarterback Clayton Tune. So grade the mock draft with trades. A, B, C, D, or F in the comments section. Go ahead and sound off. If it's negative, that's fine. I would be very happy with that haul. You got two really good long-term players if you're watching to begin. But I want to hear your thoughts. A, B, C, D, or F. All right, I'll get some shout-outs here. And then they have a super chat. 2 of them, actually. And we'll have to come up with some games here. Maybe for the end of the show, since we're apparently in a super chat battle today. B, B minus, B, C, B plus, B. Sam's had 3 QBs on the roster. I mean, you had 3 last year. You're carrying Will Greer all year. That's just your Greer replacement. B, 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 C, A minus, B minus, B. A lot of B's in there. Jeremy, my theory is those are people who are using this is on the PFF sim. If you want to break the draft, the Pro Football Network sim, totally broken. Like I'm getting like Tyler Scott in the 6th round. Like he should go top 75. I think he's gonna go top 75. That's true. Weird stuff. Look, weird stuff happens. That's very fair there. JB King says F minus, unrealistic. And Rafa says D minus, no Bijan. Bijan was gone. And by the way, speaking of unrealistic, I don't think Bijan gets to you in the first round. I don't think he's going to last. So A minus, B minus, B plus, B, B, B plus, B minus. Some super chats coming in from Lone Wolf. We have the super chat battle update here. Everyone type in F Marshy in the comment section. What time are they starting? 4? I mean, it's a joke. He just walks in when we're halfway through the show, oh, we're doing a super chat battle. What? No, okay. Let's destroy them. Let's crush them. Lone Wolf, I want you just to do a live mock draft. It's kind of boring though, because if we're not doing the fan led, it's a lot of me just staring at my computer, going, okay, what do I want to do here? Who's on the board? So it's not as fun. That's why we do it the condensed version outside. I make the picks and break them down for you. Horn family. Imagine having a home stadium in a whole different state than the city you claim. Giants are forever low class. It's a great burn. They are the New Jersey Giants. It's a great point, Horn family. I'll put this on the board here. Every $5 super, I'll do a beer cheers for. How about that? $5 and 20 for shots? I'll take him because I know you're not feeling well. Oh, we did pass 69 in supers. Yeah, go get the Jack then. I'll do a shot. Okay, fun question while Jeremy gets the shots here for passing 69 supers. Favorite dessert? It's National Chocolate Mousse Day? Okay. Favorite dessert? Sound off in the comments section here. No wrong answers. It's opinion stuff, so. What's your go-to dessert? Waiting for some answers here. I'm a big ice cream fan. My bougie, though, and I'll tell Jeremy this when he comes back in, too. My bougie one is creme brulee. I like that. Yeah, my bougie dessert choice, creme brulee. It's delicious. Baked Alaska? Now that's a bougie choice, Jeremy. Cheesecake, ice cream with pie. What's in here? The nastiest shot glass. And I'll just clean it with my hand. It's fine. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let's read some super chats here while I get this going. Someone said banana nut ice cream. Okay. Peach with cream. Banana pudding, always a good choice. Cheesecake is pretty fire. We had cheesecake bites at my
Cheesecake, cake, or pie?
wedding. It is a tart. That is the correct answer. It is a tart. Red velvet cheesecake. It's a good choice. Cheers. Lone Wolf. I like the live ones because you debate on who to take. I do get why you don't do them though. That's why we do the fan led. It's more engaging for you guys because it matters more and it's not just like my decision. We're planning on doing one of those, so we'll have some fun. We'll do some. You can rig the ballot box if you want to. 'Cause that's also fun.
I see somebody in here saying carrot cake.
Not a cake.
Not
Why
a cake?
why do I want vegetables in my cake?
Tom hates carrot cake.
I also hate raisin cookies too.
Oatmeal raisin?
Those are disgusting. Those are not cookies. If there's healthy things in there, why am I eating it as a dessert?
Really?
I don't like carrot cake.
Have you given it a shot, or are you just like?
I've had it. It tastes very dry. By the way,
whose carrot cake are you
I
eating?
don't freaking know. I just only had carrot cake one time.
Maybe you just had really shitty carrot.
Maybe I did. Doesn't change my opinion though. So, all right, it is mailbag time. 2 ways on the show. Super chat. I think we'll take some of the good ones that came in earlier, or some of the best ones, I should say. That they're all good. Super chat. $5 for beer cheers. 20 for shot in the apparent super chat battle. I didn't know we were having today. 50 for some more merbongas. Just a fun, tiny beer bong. 50 for that. But hashtag Cowboys gets in the queue at the mercy of producer Jeremy to pick your question. It's also kind of high on super so far. Might not a guarantee you get on. Not a guarantee. But if you just straight up super chat, much better option. We'll hit Lone Wolf because this is not a mailbag question. Raisins are Cheeks F raisin cookies. I agree. I don't like raisins. Like if the trail mix has raisins at the end, it's a bag of raisins that no one ate. So get your questions in, hashtag Cowboys or super chat for today's mailbag. This is the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. It's a mailbag. We answer all of your questions live on Monday as they come in, or if they came in the past week on the Super Thanks side of things. So Super Thanks are awesome. We appreciate those of you who do it. If you do it, we will give you guys some shout-outs. First up from Isaiah Burgos. I think I pronounced the last name right. If not, I'm sorry. Huge fan of the show. Thoughts on bringing in Rashaan Evans to pair up with Leighton Vander Esch? Also, why hasn't he been signed yet? A couple reasons. I think a big factor here is the numbers are deceptive. 159 tackles. He got beat in coverage a lot. So Evans, I think, is in that stage where he's going to have to wait. He's not a premier interest player. He will probably wait until after the draft to sign somewhere. If you don't take a linebacker at all, Evans would be on my post-draft free agent target list. But he's not a premier player that I think was going to command a bunch of interest in advance. From Cocaine Cowboy. What a great username. $5. Super thanks again. Thank you, my friend. If Jalen Carter makes it past the Lions at 6, would our 1st, 3rd, and 6th Be a good trade with the Falcons at number 8. Would that be a good compensation for both teams? I think he's bringing it past Philadelphia at 10. Dallas is a good building, supports some players off the field, mental health issues. So I agree with the vast majority of that. Probably does not make it past Philadelphia. Dallas is a good support system. The trade value is not that close, though. The more accurate trade value, and it still might be a bit on the low end in a more Cowboys-friendly trade, your first and 2 seconds. A third and a sixth does not get you in the top 10 from number 26. It gets you like maybe number 15 if you're lucky. You have to give up a lot more to go get Jalen Carter. And with the concerns, I don't know if that's a worthwhile gamble for the Cowboys. So the trade value, way higher. From Jeremy Chuggs' burner, if we take a Branch Addison or Joey Porter Jr., what happens with the depth chart? Also, I think RB is a horrible value for the first round, but it's 26, and Bijan gives the best win now value if available. So a lot of thoughts here. Take Branch, Addison, JPJ. They might not play for you that much in year one, but they're going to be a critical part of your defense next year or offense next year. So from that standpoint, you're not getting immediate returns, but the value you're getting, players you didn't think would be there, make it still a worthwhile pick. And you can still work them in and get them snaps to where they're still helping you enough there. As for Bijan, it's good value for the level of player you have. He'd be the best player on your board. Also, remember this. The last time a running back put a team over the top was Emmitt Smith in his holdout. Hasn't happened. Niners were still playing well before they got McCaffrey. Didn't result in the wins in the end. Running backs, they're luxury picks. Are you in a luxury stage? I'm not so sure. So who do you want the Cowboys to draft in the first round this year? It is the pinned comments of today's mailbag. So if an ad break happens to come here on YouTube, cool. Ignore the ad. Head down there. Let me know which player you want to take in the first round. From JT, I've seen over Twitter, Dolphins fans want to trade Steele for Cedrick Wilson, and JT says, hell no, because JT's right. It's a horrible trade. Nobody is going to trade a starting caliber right tackle for a number 4 wide receiver who barely played and costs more by almost double than said offensive tackle. It's bad business. Wilson was not good in Miami. He fell down the depth chart. If Miami wants to eat some salary, I could make a trade for a 6th rounder. I'm not trading Steele for a backup wide receiver. Chris B., thoughts on our top 30 visits so far? I think we take a receiver in the first round. I still vote probably not on the wide receiver side, but they're doing their due diligence, favorite buzzword there, looking at some smaller receivers as well. So there is receiver interest. I think they're trying to figure out how good the class is, and I think they're getting maybe not the best results for that question. Junior Productions, how would Tank Dell or Josh Downs go with us? I think they'd be slot only for you, and that should scare you because the Cowboys don't like slot-only players with premium picks. You know, the occasional Cole Beasley is different. They took Ryan Fisher because they were going to pick Donnell Pumphrey, and the Eagles sniped them one pick before, and they kind of panicked and took Switzer a little bit. So Dell's a slot, Down a slot. I like the players, but if their plan is to play Lamb at the slot a bunch, might not be the best fit. Horn family, how deep is this draft for guards and defensive tackle? Run-stopping DTs you can find throughout. The impact 3 techniques, it's not great. It's thin, and they're kind of small. At the time, Adibare, I think, is a small guy. Who I think is going to play DT more than edge. He played at Northwestern. Kalijah Cansey's a small guy. You know, Brian Brzez's big, but isn't very productive. So outside of Jalen Carter, it's not high on proven impact players. Guard, I think it's pretty thin. There are some potential day 3 guys I like, but they've all got some red flags. Namely, I like Chandler Zavala. He's got a back problem. That should be a red flag. Cowboys draft tats are on sale. Chatsports.com/Cowboys draft, the official NFL draft tats for 2023. They actually look pretty good. In some years, they've been pretty mediocre. They've got the stone color, and they've also finally, at long last, busted out the full blue one, which I think looks better than the stone ones there. So get yours today. Chatsports.com/Cowboys draft. Links in the comments section and the description. of today's show. Go check them out. Jalen, would you trade? Jeremy loves your profile picture. He's laughing behind the scenes. Trade up in the second round for Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't love moving up for a running back. But if you do it in my last mock draft, you trade down, then trade up, I feel better about it. But if you walk out of the draft with like a guard and Jahmyr Gibbs, it's a pretty good haul. Jeff Warren Jr. Need another big body DT. F Chugs. You can always type in F Chugs in the comment section. Yeah, I think you do need one more guy. Several of those guys throughout the draft, you could probably find one if they can offer you some pass rush value. Boom, bonus points. But TBD if that's the case there. Carlos Watkins is gone. I don't trust Bohanna or Gallimore, unfortunately. JB King. We picked Dalton Kincaid. We were in the Super Bowl. Teams who win Super Bowls have great tight ends. Having the mismatched tight end is valuable. There's also a poor track record of first-round tight ends. And for Kincaid in particular, how's that back doing? I had a back issue all pre-draft process. That should raise some red flags, and we'll know how it checked out based on where he goes. Now, if you want to join our award-winning mailbags, awards from my mom, make sure you are subscribed. YouTube.com/@CowboysTV. Free videos every single day when you guys are subscribed. Eddie Joe, Riley Moss, cornerback, 6'1", Iowa, day 3 steal. If he gets there on day 3, man, that'd be a great pick. Really good production out of Iowa. I think 4th round, if you take him there, I would have no complaints whatsoever. Dylan Fields, what are the Cowboys doing with the steal at left guard stuff? 2 thoughts. Trying really hard to not let people know they're taking a left guard in round 1. Number 2, doing really weird, cutesy bullshit of contract negotiation stuff with Terrence Steele. I don't know which is which. I think if you look at the play last year, Terrence Steele at right tackle was better than Tyron Smith at right tackle. I would make Tyron your swing tackle. Now, maybe you promised Tyron to get the cheap deal. Hey, you know, we're gonna start you or something like that. It's weird. It doesn't really make a lot of sense because we've all watched the games. Terrence Steele was better. Let's pick a right tackle. 78 for Terrence Steele. 71 for Tyron Smith. You can go vote. It's their jersey numbers, by the way. Sound off for me in the comments section. Who would you rather start, assuming both are healthy week 1, at right tackle? Brokov, do you like Trenton Simpson at 26? I think he'd be an elite linebacker. I liked him more last year. I thought he was a little bit more impactful. I thought he was a little bit better in coverage. He missed fewer tackles. He's a really great athlete, but he's a coverage linebacker. That's how he's built, right? He's 6'2", 235. He's never broken up a pass. So he can blitz a little bit, but he's not going to be. He's not a Micah Parsons blitzer. So he's a run and chase linebacker with limited pass rush moves. He's an overall good tackler. I think he can play man against tight ends, but I haven't seen the ball skills to make me confident in that. But he is a great athlete. I would feel better about him in the 2nd round than I would at 26 overall. Vince, which realistic first-round picks helps the Cowboys win the most in order to win right now? It's probably one of the trench players. So it could be if you want the impact 3 technique, could be a Kalijah Kancey, or it could be a guard, a plug-and-play guard, because if your offensive line is good up front, it makes everything way easier. Whether that's Osiris Torrance, Steve Avila, I'd say one of those guys. From Cutta, Hendon Hooker to the Cowboys. Well, if the buzz of him going round 1 is true, hell no, he's not a round 1 player. Late 3rd round? Sure. 4th round, I'm in, but I think we have to be realistic with our expectations for a very productive 2022 and 2021 quarterback who I think is pretty clearly quarterback 5 in this year's class. You can argue QB4 over Will Levis if you want to. But I would be a lot more interested if we didn't have a 25-year-old quarterback coming off a torn ACL in a Mickey Mouse style offense. Because that offense in Tennessee was, all right, go ball. And Hooker was great throwing the go ball. But he threw it over the middle of the field less than Malik Willis did. He takes way too many sacks. He's not good out of structure. When the first read is there, it'll be good. It's a go ball, it'll be good. If it's like having to do a bunch of post-snap processing, he's way behind. So I'm not taking him early, but mid to late, heck yeah, let's ride. In general, I think the Cowboys could very well draft a quarterback this year. So go vote. Y for yes and for no. Marvin Guzman, Bijan is a must. Pollard won't be the same. Again, I am not as worried about a tightrope ankle procedure and a healing on its own leg fracture as others. That's just me. I also say this. I do think another running back is a must. You do not ever have to take a running back in the first round. You can find one in the second, third, fourth round. It is a great class. So drafting a running back, yes. Getting Bijan is a must? No, it is not. Daniel Moriarty, would you give Hopkins 2 years, 18, or 230 if he gets cut? I mean, yeah. I kind of don't think Hopkins would settle for that. I don't know if Hopkins is going to take, certainly not 218. I'd be shocked if he went 230. So if Hopkins gets cut, I think he's going to go to a big-time contract. But the whole thing's been weird. Let's wait and see. If we did not get to your question, blame Marshall. Hit me up on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. My DMs are open. Slide in with any questions you guys have. All right, Madden-style scale. What grade would you give the Cowboys roster right now? 1 to 99. You doing okay there, Chugs? You doing okay? Yeah. Well, you just he took the headset off. I was worried you're getting a little hot. You doing okay? Fans, do you want me to get the fan for you? Okay. Madden style. So, like, anything more than a 93 is probably too high because that's not how Madden does it. But grade it. 69 is already in there. 85, 86, 85, 90, 83, 69 again, 92, 88, 70. Let's see, 87. I think that kind of mid-ish 80s is about right. I think that's fair. Not going to be number one, but we'll be in the top 5-ish or so because, Madden boost for the Cowboys. 69.69, 77, 91, 89, 84, 89.1286, oddly specific, 75, 87, and I'll give one more here. The next one that comes in. Oh, it froze. That's why it's behind. Sad. Well, I'm like, why isn't it coming in? 59. Wow, 59. Surprisingly low. We were told midway through the show we are in a super chat battle with our Giants channel. It's 107 to 20. Now the Giants channel started later than us, so they're actually ahead, like timing wise. So $5 beer cheers, $20 shots, $50. It's a beer bong. So $50 beer bongs, 20 shots, 5 beer cheers, and we'll have some fun here. I do want to get to Lone Wolf's super chat too. About the grapes. He's on his anti-raisins truth campaign. It says just like eat regular grapes. Grapes are good. Raisins are bad. Maybe a weird take. I don't think it is, but I agree, Lone Wolf. If you're going to eat grapes, just eat the grapes. Don't eat raisins. Of course you can go talk shit on the Giants channel. Of course you can, Jeremy. Just make sure it's Cowboys trash and not like Eagles propaganda bullshit. I know how you are there. So thank you, Lone Wolf, for that super chat. Again, $5 in our surprise super chat battle that no one told us about. $5 for beer cheers. I think I actually owe one from earlier. $20 for shots. $50 for a Merbonga. It's just a fancy beer bong. We are, by the way, $62 away from another shot for $169 in super chats. I would love nothing more to stick it to Marshall, who is being classless behavior and not telling anyone else about a super chat battle. Just didn't tell anyone. And then said it was a sub battle and tried to get away with it. Tried to A, not tell us, and then B, lie to us. So F Marsh is in the comment section as well. So. I can't see him. What are you talking about? I'm sure it's the right one. If you guys want to go type F Marshy on our Giants stream. Yeah, F Marshy over there. F Marshy, and I'll give shout outs too. Let me get this in here. You guys go type in F Marshy. Jeremy's typing in his F Marshy. I appreciate that, Chugs. He did not tell us we were doing a super chat battle until halfway through our show. Unbelievable behavior. Unbelievable behavior. So if you type in F Marshy on the Giants stream, we'll give you some shout outs here. Just I know they're getting some super chats. He cheated. So we need your help. Everyone else is mad at us. All the Giants fans are very triggered. So F Marshy over there. I see Michael. I see Roger, Eddie, Lance. I appreciate that, guys. We'll check in on this after our final segment. Looks like they might have won that one. So there you go. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Raina, Mavatak. I appreciate that too. Marshall's a cheater. Like, there's no way around it. He told us about a super chat battle halfway through. He's a big, fat phony. He is a Brussels sprout. That's a great point there, Jeremy. All right, final segment of today's show, getting started here right now. Today's Cowboys Report is presented by Manscaped. Tame your mane with the new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. 20% off and free shipping when you use promo code Cowboys over at manscaped.com. More on them later on in today's show as we break down the updated Dallas Cowboys team needs before the 2023 NFL Draft, looking at what areas the Cowboys need to address, what areas they should address, what areas they could want to, as it's mostly a BPA, best player available, with the assumed at a somewhat position of need, like you're not going to go kicker in round one, for example. Sorry, truthers. It's mostly BPA, but the one spot that really stands out to me is the offensive line. That is number one on our list. And the Cowboys have made some weird comments publicly about, Terrence Steele, Tyron Smith, they're going to compete for right tackle. Steele's our swing, might play left guard. Tyler Smith only viewed as a left tackle. As it sits right now, your best five looks like this. It is in this order: Tyron, Tyler, Biotish, Zach Martin, Terrence Steele. It's full of T names on there. Maybe you should take Osiris Torrance so it's all T names except for Zach Martin. But if you're going to play Tyler Smith at left tackle and let Tyron and Terrence Steele battle out at right tackle, you have no left guard. So left guard for me is the big question mark right now. Or if you're going to keep Terrence at right tackle, Tyron at left tackle, Tyler at left guard, backup left side player when Tyron Smith inevitably gets hurt is your big concern. So depth, the left guard spot, the left side swing player, whatever we want to say is the need for Dallas, that really stands out to me as a key area of potential concern. So I got 9 more spots to get to that are needs, less so top needs, but still areas you want to address. What do you think is the single biggest need remaining for this Dallas Cowboys after an actually active offseason for the first time in a long time? It's the pinned comment on today's show. So if an ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there. Let us know your biggest need. Number 2, running back. Makes sense, right? Tony Pollard's franchise tag. You've got really nobody under contract next year outside of kind of Malik Davis, and that's like a guy that didn't even play in the playoff game. So Pollard's back for now. Ronald Jones on a cheap 1-year non-guaranteed deal. Malik Davis is also not quite a locked and loaded player here. It's a really great draft class. You should definitely draft somebody. It doesn't have to be round 1. You can find a good player in round 2, round 3, round 4, even round 5 and beyond. You're going to get a good football player. This class is as deep as I can recall seeing it. So I have no issues whatsoever about drafting a running back. I'm fully on board making that move. Probably just not in round 1 unless if Bijan falls, different conversation. Number 3, defensive tackle. I like Osa Odighizuwa as one core piece. Everything else is a question mark / on a 1-year deal. Neville Gallimore, question mark. Bohanna, question mark. Hankins, 1-year deal. Chauncey Golson, I think, will play more on the inside moving forward, but that's, just one of your spots. So whether it's that rare disruptive 3 technique, which maybe one of those guys in this year's class, maybe 2, or a fatty on the interior, an impact player would be ideal. It's not the easiest thing to find in the NFL draft at DT. We've seen that time and time again. But if you can get an impact defensive tackle, I think that's the one thing you're missing really from this defense in terms of the high-end starting caliber players. Number 4 is linebacker. Now, 4, 5, even 6, and 7, kind of a similar tier for me, so keep that in mind. Van Der Esch on a 2-year deal, but he's always hurt. Damone Clark didn't play a ton, saw some flashes, but never really broke out the way we wanted to. Jabril Cox, Devin Harper have barely played, and Harper is younger than Jabril Cox. Devontae Bond, Malik Jefferson, they're bodies, I guess. If the Cowboys trust the depth of Clark, but really Cox and Harper, they're probably okay here. I'm not sure that they are, so if the right guy is there, even as early as round 1, maybe more like round 2 or round 3, a linebacker absolutely still makes some sense for the Cowboys. And that long-term piece, in theory, you've got Micah Parsons up front. You've got, in theory, Trayvon Diggs at corner. That linebacker long-term piece, that other front 7 player, he's not quite there yet on this roster at this stage. So I think linebacker is an under-the-radar spot to consider watching for the Dallas Cowboys. Spring has sprung, and our friends at Manscaped have the best tools for some spring cleaning. They've helped you kind of downstairs, not taking care of the beautiful face. Tame your mane with the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. Sun's back out, especially if you live up north where it's a little bit colder, but you got to show your face in daylight, so make sure you're trimmed and looking fresh with the Manscaped Beard Hedger Pro Kit. It's a high-tech piece of art in a travel-size package with a long-lasting battery, universal charging, and a strong motor. They also give you, beyond just the beard hedger itself, beard shampoo and conditioner, because you can't treat your beard like you treat your pubes. Special shampoo and conditioner specifically designed to moisturize, reduce ingrown hairs, and replenish your beard's natural oils and promote beard health. Plus, beard oil, beard balm, and 3 free gifts: a beard brush, comb, and scissors to make sure your beard is prepared to impress. Get 20% off and free shipping with promo code COWBOYS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with code COWBOYS at manscaped.com. Focus on the face and use the Beard Hedger Pro Kit for the cleanest look in the game. All right, need number 5, tight end. And again, much like running back, it's a great class for tight ends in the draft. I think you will be able to find a good player in the top 100, top 125. You don't, however, need anything. I think you could survive for at least a year to see what Jake Ferguson, Peyton Hendershot, Sean McEwen could do for you. You could survive if you needed to. But it's such a good class, and you don't have... I like Ferguson Hendershot's upside. I do think we're overrating those guys a little bit based on what we kind of want them to be. I do think it's worth a very real reminder that those guys' production wasn't that special. I mean, we're talking, I'm making sure my stats right here. Jake Ferguson had 174 yards. Hendershot had 103. So we're talking less than Noah Brown production. On a much smaller sample size and volume, they showed flashes, but I don't think you're fully locked into we have the next Travis Kelce. You don't have that guy necessarily. So if the right tight end is there, take one. It's a great class. Number 6, and this one is a future need. That is cornerback. And again, you are fine right now. You don't need a cornerback to get through the 2023 campaign. But think about where you will be next year. Trayvon Diggs is a free agent. Jordan Lewis is a free agent. Stephon Gilmore is a free agent. Israel Mukuamu is almost out of years on his deal. Deron Bland is under contract. Deshaun Wright, Kelvin Joseph aren't good at football. Like they're not. And Kelvin Joseph is really bad right now. Those guys, I kind of want them off my roster. So you can take one for the future. You can stash them for a year, develop them, let Dan Quinn, Joe Witt, Al Harris do their thing. You no longer need a corner in round 1 or round 2 like you did before you got Stephon Gilmore, but you probably want one long term. Now we're going to have you guys covered year-round, but especially with the 2023 NFL Draft. So make sure you're subscribed. YouTube.com/@CowboysTV. Same exact boat, number 7, wide receiver. Now, I'd say maybe potentially less of a need next year because you have Lamb under contract, 5th year option, probably get a new deal. Cooks under contract, Gallup under contract, Jalen Tolbert under contract. But do we trust Gallup and Tolbert right now? I'm not so sure. I think getting a better, more proven, or at least more upside number 4 is certainly a potential option there. I don't think Kevontae Turpin, I would love to be wrong here, I hope I am because he's so fast, is going to be a piece for you on offense. Fehoko has not done much there. It's not a great receiver class, though, but if the value is right, then you can take one. If there's a guy you like, I don't think at this point Gallup or especially Tolbert should preclude you from taking a wide receiver somewhat early. So of these two spots, the skill guys on the outside, what's the bigger need? Wide receiver or cornerback? Type in WR or type in CB for what you think is the bigger need at this point. Number 8, and we're kind of into the luxury pick stage here. That is quarterback. Dallas has been pretty clear they want to take one. I don't love the class, which should raise some issues there. Dak's under contract, Cooper Rush back. It's a matter of, do you want Will Grier as quarterback 3, or do you want to see if you can get a bit luckier than you did with Ben DiNucci, who did not work out very well. But that I do think you can see Dallas take a quarterback late. If someone falls to the 4th round, cool. Or 3rd round, cool. I think that's kind of a Hendon Hooker. Beyond that, it's probably a wait for a 6th or 7th round player and have hopefully at least a better arm in training camp to give your guys a chance to make some plays and evaluate your skill players. Number 9 is defensive end. And I've gone a little bit back and forth on this one, but here's what I see. I see Micah Parsons, Tank Lawrence, Dorrance Armstrong, Sam Williams, still Chauncey Golston, and Dante Fowler under contract. I don't see snaps in year 1. Now, if you want to move on from Armstrong, which I doubt they would do right now, that frees up time. I want to get Sam Williams more snaps. I know that DA and Fowler have 1 year left on their deal, which is why it's on this list. But for a premium position, I think you're fine for the most part right now. If the right guy falls, I'd be mad. No, that's why you take care of business in free agency, or in this case, through trades, and address some of your big needs. That way, if there is a guy that falls to you in round 1, in round 2, in round 3, you can just snatch them up and be pretty happy. Kicker wraps things up here, which it is a need. The Cowboys need a kicker. Tristan Vizcaino is the only guy under contract. But I will cheat and make my own anti-kicker rant here and reduce the positional value. Because you do need one. You don't have one under contract. But unless you're the Bucs, you don't take a kicker early. Over-investing in kickers is how you end up riding with Greg Zuerlein for a year after he was terrible. Don't do that. If you want to take a kicker in the 6th round, the 7th round, okay, that's fine. And maybe there's one you like. But the Cowboys actually played it perfectly last year. They signed a veteran. They had a UDFA. The UDFA was bad. They brought in somebody else, and it worked out for all but one game this year. And in the end, it didn't cost you anything in the games that matter. So don't invest too much. It's great if you find the 23-year-old with the right mental headspace. Kicking is mental. These guys fall off a cliff all the time. Do not draft a kicker early. Now, in general, would you draft a kicker? Y for yes, N for no. Sound off for me in the comment section right now. 6th or 7th round, I'm fine. I'm not, if you're talking like, got to take a 4th round kicker, like Cade York, 4th round last year, wasn't good. Brett Maher outplayed him. And I think York is better than a kicker that's going to be in this year's class. Do not overinvest in a kicker because more often than not, you're going to get Matt Gade. Bucks took him in like the 5th round. It's his name. It's fine. 5th round, they took him. They cut him. Rams pick him up. He's good for the Rams, gets paid by the Colts. Bucks shouldn't have drafted him. They were right on the Vikings did with Daniel Carlson. They were right on the player, but it's such a mental game, they couldn't handle the pressure at first.
Yeah.
Don't draft one.
Got some bad news for you, Tom.
Ridiculous.
We're officially getting beat by the Wyants channel.
The Wyants?
Mm-hmm. Like, why would you root for them?
I was thinking like the Lions because L.
Oh, yeah.
But that works
that
too.
One too. Currently down $22 in the Super Chat battle that we
absolutely rigged.
That we were notified about halfway through our show.
Absolute joke. Fraud Marshall.
Yeah. It's a cold world out there, and Marshall's just living in it because he took full advantage of being able to do it full time, and we learned about it halfway through. So
all right, here's what we'll do. As long as the Supers keep coming in,
yeah,
we will stay live. Otherwise, we'll end the stream. So I'll put 2 minutes on the clock here. Supers come in. We'll try to make a miracle comeback against our cheating Giants channel in our Super Chat battle. $5 for beer cheers, $20 for shots, $50 for a beer bong out of this Rabonga. Mm-hmm. See the whole. That's Super Chat menu that we did last second because we were not notified about it.
You can't let...
There it is.
There we go.
20. Let's go.
I was going to say, you can't
Jordan.
let a team that got absolutely dismantled by the Eagles in the playoffs.
That's true.
Beat you.
They did.
Giants.
Go Ants. Go Ants. I like the misspelling on purpose. Cheers to you, Jordan.
Oh!
OG Rung Tag. Another 20.
Let's go Cowboys. F Chugs. Nice.
It's F Marshy.
Yeah.
Today.
I'm not even the enemy.
It's F Marshy. By the way, every time I do Marshall's copy, I put Marshy in the description somewhere instead of Marshall.
And just like that.
Cheers.
Just like that.
Stop the count.
Cowboys take the lead.
Stop the count. Screenshot it. Stop the count.
Oh, okay. They're actually.
Oh no! Did they just jump again?
Let me see. They're close.
2 more from Lone Wolf. F Marshy. Okay. Still, stop the count.
Still stop the count.
Stop the count. I just heard a loud noise.
Let me see.
I just heard a very loud noise.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. What just happened? Was that a 50 bomb?
We're getting effed.
Oh, boy.
We're getting effed. F Marshy.
What happened? Was it a 50? Oh, no. We did say stop the count, so I'm just going to call a victory. But Giants is now winning. They just got a 50 piece.
We're 40 back.
We're 40 back. All right. Cheers to you, Lone Wolf.
You want to merbong for those 2 20-piece that came in?
It was 20. It was 2 shots for 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Shots 20. $5 for beer cheers. 50 for Rabonga. 20 again from OG Rung Tag.
Oh. I love it.
F Marshy, F Chugs. There you go.
But F Marshy more.
Cheers. But also F Marshy more.
Okay, we can actually stop the count now, Tom.
But we're losing.
No, but.
Oh, we are at 179. That's a second shot.
169.
Very nice.
Oh, and it's 91 cents. I was hoping it would be.
Oh, imagine it was 96 cents. All right, cheers to you. All right, 2 minutes on the clock here.
Lace Zan says Giants fans spend all their money since they are too embarrassed to buy merch.
But imagine all the savings they have when they get a free medium Pepsi once a year.
Oh!
Anthony McMillan! Yeah, F Marshy in the comments.
Anthony!
How about them Cowboys?
baby!
That's a Merbonga, and it's your name once again going back on the beer hat of honor.
F. Marshy.
F. Marshy.
F. Marshy.
Stop the count.
F. Marshy. F. Marshy.
F. Marshy.
Let's go.
Stop the count again.
Anthony McMillan said, I'm Manscaped.
Thank you, Anthony.
Let's go.
Yeah, I love all the F. Marshys in there.
Dude.
Cheers.
Giants frauds. Their quarterback is Daniel Jones. Huge frauds. Huge frauds. And that's actually perfect. That's perfect for us, Tom.
That's another shot, isn't it? That's 269.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Anthony McMillan, the MVP today. Thank you, Anthony.
Let's
$5.
go.
Reset the timer.
Absolutely molly-whopping the Giants after they fraudulently tried to put a super chat battle in the middle of the show.
And then said it was a sub battle.
That's not even a Giants move. That's a Knicks move. That's a move a Knicks fan would do.
Jaquez, if the Cowboys draft Quentin Johnson the first round pick in the second round, I would like to find an offensive lineman there. Now, I know Steve Villa isn't typically mocked in round one. I think that early round 2 range, if it gets past the first round, a lot of teams need a guard there. Mm-hmm. So I think that early round 2, guard, go early. So maybe the 2 guards go early. I would love a guard because I do not trust the Cowboys' offensive line. Right now, they need another impact player. So it's a great question. Jaquez, thank you very much. I would look guard there.
Look what I just commented in the chat.
Oh, in our chat or their chat?
In their chat.
I didn't see what it was.
I said, we're taking you behind the shed.
Attaboy. All right, 2 minutes on the clock. Supers come in. We'll stay live, despite some fraudulent behavior from our Giants channel. Now, they're going to be live longer. So I don't feel comfortable with the current lead, to be honest.
How many more minutes do we have on the shot clock?
2.
Oh, 2?
It's 2.
Nice.
I'm just keeping it 2 minutes. It resets every time.
Big Balls Anthony with Manscaped put Cowboys
$20.
Oh, baby.
Zeke Prescott. Oh, you know what? Way in to add here, Chugs. What are we going to call 4 stars? The 4 stars. We have to change it.
Oh, what was it?
It was Zeke Eaton.
Oh.
We have to change it. This reminds me because Zeke Prescott's got to change his name too. Boys and boys, let's get it. What's up, boys? Just getting here. What did I miss? How about them Cowboys? A lot of things. The whole show, actually. But right now, our Giants channel, led by Fraud Marshall, decided to do a super chat battle. Did not tell anyone until halfway through our show. So now we're trying to maintain our lead after some shenanigans from Marshall being a cheater. So cheers. $20 shots, by the way.
What an absolute fraud.
$2.89 in supers. Cheers to you guys. 2 minutes on the clock. Oh, Zeke Prescott. Cedrick Wilson is on the trade block, but, nobody wants him. $100!
Oh, and
bad mood!
First
super chat!
Super chatter!
First super chat from Bad Mood!
Bang!
Let's go!
Wait.
You're on the Cowboys hat of honor. I gotta put that name on there.
Brett has the graphic for it!
Hey!
First time super chatter!
That's the first one I've seen on the channel, too. First new one. That's a new feature. Bad Mood! I just want to see you drink.
We can all agree the Giants suck.
So that puts us over 369. So Bad Mood, just for
frauds?
you. This is going to be a jungle bomb.
I actually don't like the Giants only because
of Marshall?
Of the argument that the Eagles made the Super Bowl because of a fraudulent playoff run, because we had to play the Giants in the first round. That's BS. They're making
jungle
us
bomb.
Look bad.
In the words of PD, cannonball coming.
Cannonball coming. Actually, that's from a movie. It's from Caddyshack, I believe. PD, Caddyshack? Yeah.
I need another beer. If we get one more at least. Bad Mood, $100.
Ow! Tom slap. How much for a Tom slap?
69 for a slap of me. We're going to lean hard into the meme today.
$50 for a slap.
There you go. OG rung tag. Could 4 stars be the lion hunts for Micah?
You're a real one.
I like this one. The lion hunts. That's pretty good. Or something involving lions there.
Hunt. There's already a team called the Lions.
That's a good point. That's fair. That's fair.
A lot of cross branding going on right there.
Maybe fake news could be F Marshy. Since we had to change fake news too.
Oh,
because it was Carson Wentz. It's still accurate, Carson Wentz playoff wins, but it's boring if it is, not NFC anymore.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. There are some anti-Cowboys fans in the comments. Here's the thing, though. We're on sub-only chat. So you are subscribed to a Cowboys channel as a non-Cowboys fan.
Like I said, it pisses me off that we had to play the Giants round
Another 20!
Oh!
Zeke Prescott!
Wait.
Start the timer.
Wait.
There it is. We're in all the meme numbers today.
420. We made it.
All the meme numbers.
420. Let's go.
I put HM Productions in timeout because he's just a loser troll.
Yeah.
Enjoying a stream of a better channel. Zeke Prescott. Chat, throw me some cool names to find a new name really soon, at least before the season kicks off. Let's say bring Zeke back. I think we said something about Micah last time. I think is what we did for you, Zeke.
Zeke Prescott.
He has changed the name. There's no more Zeke. So
CD, but just the letters C and D.
Ooh,
CD
I like
Prescott?
that. CD that might be the winner. That's a good one. I heard Giants go nuts.
Oh, they got 100.
They got 100.
It's okay. Right. It's okay. We're a full 100 ahead of them.
All right. Cheers. All right. 2 minutes on the clock, starting now. Supers come in. We'll stay live. $300. Anthony McMillan. He says, "Just end it now.
End it.
I need a new beer. Sam can slap me.
Everything. We're doing everything.
Hey, Marshall, suck it.
Suck it, Marsh.
Suck it.
F Marshy.
F Marshy. F Marshy. F Marshy. F Marshy.
Let's go. Giants suck.
You gonna do a beer too, Brett?
Oh,
it's OG.
OG Cowboys Report host Brett Scott in attendance.
You are.
Yeah, you're with Tiny Tom on the screen right now.
Hey, yo, crazy today.
Oh, and Leroy adding it up. They're just getting ready for the draft, Brett. They're just getting ready for the draft.
Do I get a slap time?
Yes. We're doing everything.
We need the paper plate or the tortillas. So I think we're out of tortillas, though.
I don't think we have tortillas unless you guys.
I can go find something.
Paper plate's fine.
A paper plate. I can
that's
go.
Just fine. Sam's gonna be real mad they didn't get to slap me. That makes it funnier.
Oh, Sam can do it.
Y'all can debate this for 1 second while I go.
Okay. 2 more 20s. That's 2 shots. Yeah.
You're getting low there. Gotta get
I know. I gotta buy more Jack. I'll go to the store.
My ideas still stand. Yacht Boys are cooking, or the Lion is working. Oh, is this?
Oh, this is for the 4 stars.
It can't be Yacht Boys are cooking. We've had one good offseason, guys. No.
But it's fun though.
The Lion is roaring is a good one. I like that.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, hold on. What's the other one?
From Zeke. Cheers.
Oh, we battled the Giants. Yeah, let's do this. Love it.
All right, for 300, you and Sam can both slap me. I think that's fair.
I haven't done one of these.
Hey, just wind up and smack.
Yeah, you gotta get it.
Brett's gonna go first. I gotta go to the store. No flinch.
Got it right on the edge.
Yeah, right on the edge. That was good. That was good.
Can't give him a cut. That would be bad.
Well, I'm off air after this, so it's fine. Sam, quote, I'm trying to cut you.
Just get the edge right here.
I'm gonna only make it fair. You can slap me once.
All right. I can slap Jeremy one time, too.
Oh.
That was a good one. Theory on the plates. The more you slap with one plate, the harder it is. All right. Yes, Bonk. We'll put a minute up. Yeah, we'll get to Matt's here. Leroy, Yacht Boys are cooking. I'm going to write these down because I will forget otherwise. Good idea to write these down. I like that. Lions run. Zeke, we battling Giants. Let's do this. I think Anthony McMillan just ended it with a 300 piece. What's Giants at? All right. I'm going to go tell him to suck it in a little bit. Matt Berrigan, thoughts on Siaka Ika? Second round. It's about where I have him. Let me pull up my notes here. I have to command F because I have like so many freaking notes. Second/third, so late 2, you're in the right range there. My concern is this is going to be Dontari Poe, but a little bit more like Cowboys Dontari Poe. I think he has some bad weight on him. And that scares me because, you know, when you got bad weight in your 20s, it doesn't often go away in your late 20s. So I think if you're lucky, if he hits, you got Snacks Harrison, where he can get you some pressures with pocket pushing. He can be a good run stopper. He doesn't get moved very much there. I'm just worried he's a 2-down guy. And as I am the founder of Fatties Only, I do get worried about 2-down guys in the NFL. Another 20! We're just going to finish the jack off today, I think.
Uber will be ordered.
Thank you for not calling me out on what I just said, but thank you. I knew it immediately. Cheers. I think I got room for 1, maybe 2 more shots. 4 stars equals McClay's Magic. That's a good one too. I like that one. I'm writing all these down because I will forget them otherwise. So, all right. 1 minute on the clock. Anthony McMillan is our MVP today, coming through big time. Everyone just type in Anthony. That's 3 on the Cowboys Beer Hat of Honor, which I'm going to update after today's show.
MVP.
Yeah.
MVP. 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 MVP.
At least Xmas is doing it. Anthony's getting spammed in there. Thank you, guys. Zeke's doing it. Jaquez, Leroy Pearson, Jalen. You guys are awesome. 20 more seconds. I got room for 1 more shot. And we'll finish off the bottle. Not what I thought was going to happen. I'm going to finish this jack off is what I said. It's dirty like 2 different ways. Oh, that's hilarious there. I do think Anthony secured the dub. What is Giants at right now? They're 318. Next time they're out of cut, I'm going to walk in there and talk trash. That's what I'm going to do. All right, that is it. We're signing off here. Don't even bother with the loop. We'll just end it. Yeah, we'll just end it. You're good. We will be live again later next week, Monday, as we do every week. So that's how I'm feeling. Hit that sub button. More free Cowboys videos every single day. Oh, we won. Yes. Yeah, we'll put the numbers up here. I'm calling it. This is, it is election night. We'll get the right number up there. It is election night. We're at 80% reporting. We're calling it. We're calling it in favor of the Cowboys Report with double the numbers, despite not even being told we were doing it. Stop the count, exactly. I tried to stop the count when we were up by 10, and now we're up by 450. Were you unmuted for that or no? You weren't. Oh, man. Jeremy had a banger on the scenes. That is it. We beat the Giants. Spam F Marshy in the comment section, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new Cowboys Report video.